Today we are looking at the Osprey Aether Pro 70. This is a popular pack for the heavy load haulers, mountaineering, and also multi-day expeditions. That's next. Welcome to Backcountry Renegade. I'm Jeff. Today we are looking at more of a specialized pack. This is a pack that is popular for heavy load hauling, also for those who are into mountaineering and multi-day backpacking. You know, as part of my arsenal, I wanted something that I can take mountaineering that could also bear the heavy loads, yet being lightweight. That's what attracted me to the Aether Pro 70. Now this gets rid of all the bells and whistles that you find on the traditional Aether, yet it doesn't skimp out when it comes to its load hauling capability. It also takes advantage of a hybrid frame where it takes the benefits of internal and also external frames. Let's take a look. Now the Aether Pro comes in only a 70-liter pack size. It does come in either small, medium, or large according to your torso size. This one here is a small version and is more like a 67-liter version. The dimensions are 32.28 inches in height, 17.72 inches in width, and 14.57 inches in diameter. This weighs at only 3.81 pounds, which is relatively lightweight compared to other packs that have this load carrying capacity. Its weight can be further reduced by removing features such as the floating top lid, the side compression straps, the zippered pockets, and also the cinchable side pocket. But it does come at the cost of some functionality. The only color option is this gray with red accents, which is pretty cool. It does run $375, and every once in a while you can find it on sale at osprey.com. The pack materials for the Aether Pro really stand out compared to the traditional Aether. This uses a more premium fabric. The main body is nylon fly 210 denier nylon by 200 denier UHMWPE. The accents are also 315 HD nylon Oxford, and then the bottom is also 210 UHMWPE. Now UHMWPE is a source material for Dyneema and Spectra fibers, so it's very high premium material. It stands for ultra high molecular weight polyethylene. This is material that is commonly used in bullet resistant products. It's very sturdy, very durable material that is used here, so it's able to withstand abrasion. So if you're going mountaineering and you rub against some rocks or sandstone, this will be able to withstand to an extent. This material is also used in cruising sails, so it is able to repel water also to an extent. However, since it still uses nylon in some of the features like the straps and the padding, you still will need a pack cover, but it is more water resistant than the typical Aether. This material is also a lot lighter than your typical Aether. The load carry weight is 30 to 60 pounds comfortably and is backed by the Osprey Almighty Guarantee. Now starting in the back, we can see the backing here, and it's very different compared to the traditional Aether AG. Now the Aether AG has the anti-gravity suspension system. This one here, they went with a more traditional suspension system, and this is called the air space suspension system. These are foam ridges that are topped with a mesh to be able to keep the pack close to your body on steep ascents, which is important, but also provide a bit of ventilation to keep you cool. It also has an external light wire tensioned aluminum peripheral frame to comfortably transfer the pack load down to your hips. In the center, it has a single aluminum center stay, which maintains the back panel shape and also enables you to withstand heavier loads. Looking at the hip belt, you have what is called the Isoform 4-centimeter hip belt. It is a 3D dual density foam that is contoured and anatomically shaped. The hip belt is interchangeable for precise precision fit, so if you need a small hip belt or medium hip belt or whatever, but you're a small torso size, you can put on whatever size hip belt you need. It is really well cushioned and wraps around nicely for lumbar support. You also have some mesh to provide for some good ventilation as well. The belt is very stout, but it is a bit more flexible than the anti-gravity. It is softer and, in my opinion, also more comfortable and easier to get into. You also have this ergo tightening system that lets you pull to tighten it against your body. You have dual loops here to get tightening from the top and bottom, which is super nice. But it helps you to get extra good leverage to tighten it across your body to get a really good tight fit. While the hip belt does not have your traditional hip pockets, it does have these detachable options here. Now, one is a zippered pocket, as you see here. The other one here has a cinch cord. So you can have a water bottle cinched in right here, or you can have snacks in your zippered pocket. In an effort to save weight, you can choose to go without these. You have a buckle on the hip belt here. You can attach one of the pockets, and then you can see these tabs that go on the outside of the frame here. Basically, you would just slide one side in pretty easily. Make sure to get the material, slide one in, and then you can pull it out. Looking at the shoulder straps, you have what is called the isoform harness. It's a very nice, comfortable harness. You can see the shape of the shoulder straps are ergonomic as well for extra comfortable fit. You do have these nice little loops here to attach gear. The shoulder straps are nice and cushioned with also some mesh to allow for ventilation and airflow. The cool thing is these shoulder straps are adjustable. So let's say you need a little bit longer for your torso size. You can detach it by some Velcro. You do so, and then you can slide it up or down. And the cool thing is this is also interchangeable. So if you need wider shoulder straps, yet you have a small torso size, you can interchange these as well. You do have these load lifter adjusters to help you adjust the pack as you're going uphill or downhill accordingly. You do have this nice sternum strap here that does have the traditional Osprey built-in whistle. And then on the back, you also have your water bladder port here. Access there. You can bring out the cord, put it through these little loops, and you have access to your water bladder. Now the lid here is a floating brain, which can easily be removed if you choose not to use it with these buckles here. So you can just detach them, and easy 4 points to either attach or detach the lid there. On top of the lid, you do have one zippered pocket, which is pretty large and you can hold a lot of stuff. You do have a gear loop inside there as well. You also have 4 little loops to attach things to if you'd like. If you do choose to go without the lid, you do have your flap jacket cover here, which really helps you reduce size and weight. So if you go with a really small load, or let's say you're at your base camp and you want to go up to the summit, you can do so with a pack like this, cinch it down, and go with just the flap jacket cover to help cover your contents. Like we said, it is a top loader, so you do have this cord to get to the top load. It is one big pack all the way through, so you have access to the top here. You also have your water bladder pocket in here that you can attach your water bladder to. Inside you do have this compression strap to further tighten down your load so it's not loose and going around. You do also have this cinch cord that you can use to tighten your load and your contents that way. One thing that I wish was different about this cinch cord and drawstring here is I do wish, instead of it being like that I do wish it was a roll top closure. I think that would have been a really cool feature, especially when you want to have your pack be a summit pack. You can roll the top down really nice that way. As we continue looking at the front, you can see it is pretty minimalistic as an effort to try and reduce weight. However, you do have some pretty cool feature. First off, you do have these dual horizontal compression straps. These are unique to the Aether line, and you can use them pretty nicely to put any contents that you want to store in the front of your bag. Now, as you notice, you do not have your traditional stretch mesh pocket here, and that is an effort to save weight. I think that would have been a cool, easy lightweight addition if they would have went with that. Now you also have your dual ice tool loops, and when you undo these clips, you do have access to the bungee tie-offs here. Another cool thing about the inner portion here is you do have these 4 connector points. Now these 4 connector points are really handy as being anchors. So if you wanted to add an extra layer to this, you can add your Osprey Daylight Plus or Daylight or Osprey Pocket to this. and it anchors down here. Basically, you get these side cords here, you put it through these little anchor points, and then you clip it in and then cinch it down. You do that for each of the 4 points, and now you have a really cool additional space. So if you need an extra 10 to 20 liters, you can attach your Osprey Daylight Plus to that. One thing that I really liked about this is my goal is to get up to Rainier with this pack, and if I need a little bit more than 70 liters, I have a 20 liter option I can just strap to the front. Pretty cool. Now the Aether Pro pack here also has these sleeping pad straps here. Now the sleeping pad straps do not have clips as an effort to save weight. They just have these little roll closures here that you can tighten. Now these are removable, so if you choose to do without these to save weight, you can remove it. Another thing you'll notice is you do not have your sleeping pad pocket here like you do on the other Aether packs. So if you want to put your sleeping bag in your pack, just compress it all the way down into the bottom, which is still nice because it fills up all the voids on the bottom. Compress it down and then load your gear on top of it. Now you also have your stow on the go trekking pole attachment here if you do choose to go with the zippered pocket, and on the other side you do have your bungee tie-off on the shoulder strap. So another cool feature there. That's a feature that I've never really used, but if you ever want to use something or attach other things, say a fishing pole or a monopod or something, that is a good option there. Looking at the sides, you have these upper and lower compression straps. Now, these are thinner than your typical Aether line, but the nice thing is they go in and out throughout the top of this. This is a bit taller of a pack here, so it is nice to have these compression straps throughout. A cool thing is if you choose not to use them, they are easy to remove. You can just undo them and they come out very easily as an effort to save weight. Another thing you'll notice is you do not have the side mesh pockets. This is something that I do wish was there. When you do take off these pockets here, you do not have anything there. Having just some light side mesh pockets, elastic, would have been really nice on this. Again, that was in an effort to save weight, but would have been really nice to have. So let's consider the pros. Overall, this is a nice pack that is lightweight for the amount of load that it can carry, so pretty cool. It's also made of premium material, so it's able to shed snow a lot easier. It's able to be abrasion resistant to an extent, so if you're going up mountains and you scrape against rocks, it will be able to be a lot more durable than the traditional nylon, so pretty cool in that extent. Another pro about it is while it does get rid of the anti-gravity suspension system, it brings the pack closer to your back. Therefore, you're able to have a lot more control, especially where you're going uphill, as opposed to it pulling you back since it's spaced out like the anti-gravity suspension tended to do. Also, by getting rid of the anti-gravity suspension system, it gets rid of that bounce that you tended to get whenever you took a step. Another pro about this is the external frame. It's pretty beefy, you're able to withstand a lot of weight, and it transfers to the hip really well, and you can even connect things to it if you wanted. So let's consider the cons. The first con about this unit is it's very expensive. Compared to all the other Osprey packs, this is the most expensive of the pack, coming in at $375. If you're lucky, you can get it on sale every now and then, but it is an expensive pack. Another con about it is the lack of external pockets. Now, I understand it is a minimalist pack. However, I really would have loved to see it have that front mesh pocket. I would have really loved to see the side mesh pockets to hold water bottles and the traditional hip belt pockets. That would have been really cool. I think they could have done that with a fraction of weight added being mesh and stuff. However, it is what it is, so know that when you are getting this pack. Another con about it is because it is a more narrow pack to enable you to climb and use your hands more, it does make you stack the contents of the pack up higher, so it becomes a taller pack. So if you ever have to look up at times, sometimes it may hit your head if the pack is riding close to your back. Another con about it, while it does get rid of the anti-gravity suspension system and gives you the AirScape suspension system, it does ride closer to your back, and as a result makes you sweat a lot more. The anti-gravity was more ventilated, but the nice thing is this does sit close to your back. It doesn't rock as much, which is great for going up mountains and stuff, but as a result, you will sweat more. So what did you think of the Osprey Aether 70 Pro? Is this something you consider, even though it's pretty minimalistic? What would you use it for? Leave me a comment in the comment section if you like what you saw. Give me a thumbs up. Also, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notifications. And as always, thanks for watching. bye.